Greetings, this is Becca with Yin Yang Yoga, and I'm here to share a short practice with you focusing on the lower back and the hips. Sometimes that area of the body feels tense due to too much activity or too little activity. So our intention is to balance that out. Please listen to your body, come out of a pose early if you need to, or don't do a pose if you know it's not right for you. So we'll start in a child's pose, if that works for your body, holding the body forward, hips going towards the heels. You can always keep the hips higher if you need to, and releasing down and forward, stacking the hands under the forehead, or perhaps releasing the forehead all the way to the mat. Tune into your breath and sensation in your body, in your current state of mind, opening to whatever is present for you in this moment, allowing everything to be as it is. Smoothing the breath, balancing out the length of the inhalation and the exhalation, and setting a personal intention for your practice, focusing on a positive quality, and bringing it into the present tense with your imagination. And sealing it in with gratitude, thanking your body, mind, and spirit. Coming up into a tabletop position on your hands and knees. Hips over the knees, wrists a little bit forward from the shoulders. Take a breath in. And on the exhale, moving into cat pose, tucking the tail, looking back towards the thighs. Inhale, reverse the curve of the spine, tilting the tailbone up. And looking a bit forward, be careful with the neck. It's the most mobile part of the spine, so avoid overdoing it in the neck by looking too far forward. And then exhale again into cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And as you exhale, coming into a neutral spine, the natural curves of the spine are present. Curl the toes under. Lift the knees away from the mat and come into downward facing dog pose. Lowering the heels towards the mat, shoulders away from the ears. Hug in and up on the belly and breathe. And now on your next inhale, lift the heels up, coming up on the balls of the feet. And exhale, wave it forward into plank. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, lower the heels down. Inhale, heels up. Feel the release in the feet. Exhale, into plank. Inhale, lift the heels. Lift the hips. And exhale, lower the heels. One more, heels up, inhale. Exhale into plank. Lengthening the back of the neck here, look more down than forward. Inhale, lift the hips. And exhale, lower the heels. Allow your knees to come down to the mat. Step the right foot forward, help the leg through if you need, and then bring the hands up onto the top thigh there. You can leave the back toes curled under, or if your foot allows, place the top of the foot down. And just notice that foot back there. Sometimes the foot kind of sickles, creates a sickle shape there, so you want the toes pointing straight back. Shift your hips back a little bit, hug in and up on the belly. Okay, so engage, zip it up, and then come back into the lunge, keeping that engagement. Palms together to the heart center. Lunge is a back bend, slight back bend here, so that's why we're engaging the abdomen to protect the lower back, but feel that release in the back hip flexor on the front of the thigh, of the back leg, and breathe. Good. Moving into lunge twist, you're going to rotate, placing the left forearm on the thigh, or maybe the back of the upper arm on that thigh. And then turn your gaze down through the window of the legs and breathe. Release the twist. Bring your fingertips down to either side of the front leg. Shift the hips back. Lean in towards the front leg. You can bring the toes up towards the shin. Notice how that changes sensation in the back of the leg. Or maybe point the toes down. And you might move between those forms or pick a zone that feels good to you. And breathe with that. Shift the hips forward, slide the front foot back, and step your left foot forward, coming into lunge. Bringing the hands up onto the front thigh, and noticing the back foot. If your foot tends to cramp when you put the top of the foot down on the mat, you can leave the toes curled under. If it allows, uncurl the toes, and then just kind of notice that foot back there. If it's kind of sickling in, straighten it out. Shift the hips back for a moment, hug in and up, and then keep that engagement as you come forward a bit. Palms together to the heart center, and breathe. Feel the sensation in the front of this back leg, lengthening through the crown of the head. And moving into lunge twist here on the other side. Bringing the right forearm or the back of the upper arm to that left thigh. Rotating, and then turning the gaze through the window created with your arms there, and breathe. Release the twist, bringing the hands down to either side of the front leg. Shift the hips back. Lift the toes up for a moment. See how that feels for you, for the hamstring, leaning in towards the front leg. And you might try pointing the toes, flexing the foot, maybe moving around a bit with that, or finding a zone, a placement that feels just right to you And breathing with it. Lengthening the spine, smoothing the breath. And bend the front knee a bit, stepping the foot back behind you. Coming down onto your back. Draw the knees in towards the chest. You can either hold on to the fronts of the shins or the backs of the thighs here. Breathe. Now keep your left knee held in. Set the right foot down onto the mat and slowly straighten out your right leg. It might not straighten all the way depending on what's going on in your muscles. And then notice the hips. Just notice if the hip on the left side is kind of hiking up. See if you can lengthen the left side of the waist there. And breathe. Let the shoulders relax. Relax the face and soften the throat. Following the breath in and out. Now if the hands are on the front of the shin of that bent leg, bring them to the back of the thigh. You're going to push the foot up towards the ceiling. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let the knee bend again. Inhale, straighten the leg. It may not go completely straight. That's fine. Listen to your body. Find your range of the motion. Range of motion. Exhale. And the knee. One more of those. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale. Release the foot down. Bring the other foot onto the mat. Bring both knees into the chest. Hug them in, either holding onto the front of the shins, the backs of the thighs, lengthening the neck on all sides equally, and smoothing the breath. Now keep your right knee held in, set the left foot down onto the mat. Slowly straighten out the left leg so you're listening to what position is good for you. If possible, going all the way straight. And then noticing the right side of the waist, if that's kind of hiking up there, just lengthening the right side of the waist. And breathe. Relaxing the shoulders down. Relaxing the face, softening the throat. Smooth breath in and out. Now if the hands are on the front of the shin of that bent leg, just move them to the back of the thigh. Inhale, straighten the leg. Again, exploring your range of motion here. It may not straighten all the way. Exhale, bend the knee again. Inhale, straighten. Exhale. One more. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. And release the foot down. Bring the other foot, sole of the foot onto the mat. Lift the hips, adjust the back. Then you're going to bring the left ankle onto the right thigh, flex the left foot, meaning draw the toes towards the shin. This might be enough sensation for you. Opening the hip, external rotation of the hip here. If you're looking for more sensation, you'll draw the legs in towards you, reaching through the window of your legs there. Hold on to the right thigh. You can use your left elbow to help open the hip. And breathe. Now if your head has to lift off the mat to grab the legs, then either use a towel so you can keep the head down, or just work with the foot on the ground. You can still get some release here. Okay? You don't have to max it out. And if the foot is lifted, release it, uncross the legs, lift the hips, adjust the spine, then change to the other side, bringing the right ankle onto the left thigh, flex the foot, so the toes draw towards the shin. That stabilizes the knee joint. And just tune in for a moment to sensation here. That might be enough on this side. Each side is going to be different for most people. If you're looking for more sensation, lifting the legs towards you, hold on to that left thigh. You can use your right forearm on the leg to help open the hip, externally rotate there. But again, if you have to lift your head to reach the thigh, then get a towel or something to help with the reach. You need to have your head and your shoulders releasing down here, and breathe. Releasing the side, uncross the legs, lift the hips, adjust the spine. So that was external rotation of the hips. Now we want to do a little bit of internal rotation. So scoot the feet just off the edges of your mat, off the long edges of your mat. These are single knee drops. You can either lay the hands on the belly or take your arms out in a T-shaped position, turning the palms up towards the ceiling. Now flex your left foot, so you're just on the heel. Lower your left knee down towards the mat, so there's your internal rotation of the hip. That right leg stays vertical. Then come back up to vertical with that left leg. Relax the foot. Flex the right foot. Internally rotate the hip by moving the knee down towards the mat. This leg stays vertical. Don't let that flop over. And come back up to vertical with the right leg and release the right foot. Then flexing the foot first. Inhale here. And then exhale. Drop the knee down. Inhale, coming back up to center. And exhale, relax the foot. Inhale, flex the right foot. Exhale, lower the knee down. Inhale, back up to vertical. And exhale, foot lowers. Good. Breathe in, flex the foot. Exhale, lower the knee. Breathe in, leg comes back up. Breathe out, lower the foot. That was my hip popping. Inhale, lift the toes. Exhale, lower the knee. Inhale, leg back to vertical. Exhale, foot lowers. One more each side. Inhale, flex the foot. Exhale, drop the knee down. Single knee drops. Inhale, leg comes back up. Exhale, foot relaxes. One more. Inhale, lift the toes. Exhale, lower the knee. Inhale, leg back to vertical. And exhale, relax the foot down. Heel toe the feet closer together. Hug the knees into the chest, holding onto the front of the shins or the backs of the thighs. You can move around a little bit here if that feels good to you. And then take it into happy baby pose. Great hip release here, also called dead bug. Holding onto the lower legs. Or if you can reach the feet, just like a baby in a crib here. Bringing the feet together, apart, and breathe with it. Or just staying in the form of the pose here. Flexing the feet, making right angles with the legs. Breathing. Releasing the feet back down. Find a comfortable position for just a short relaxation pose here. You can have your knees bent, leaning the knees against each other, or perhaps straightening the legs, coming into Shavasana here. Turn the palms up, lengthening the spine, and then releasing control of your breath, allowing the breath to flow naturally in and out, all on its own. Just watching the breath, resting your awareness on that ever-present flow, allowing any thoughts, emotions, or sensations to arise as needed. Receiving the benefits of your practice to body, mind, and spirit through conscious relaxation. And integrating the benefits in ways that you don't need to be conscious of. Just receiving at all these different levels and layers of your being. Beginning with the breath, gradually deepen your breathing and bring small movements to the body, the hands and the feet, the arms and the legs, drawing in towards center, giving yourself a little stretch this way and that, and then roll to your side. Using that top arm to push yourself up to a seated position. Crossing the legs, you can extend the legs out in front of you. Bringing the palms together to the heart center. Connect to your breath. Connect to your personal intention for this practice. And our shared intention of releasing tension in the lower back, getting the energy flowing through the spine, the hips, and the whole body. And connecting to gratitude. Thanking your body, mind, and spirit. May the benefits of this practice stay with you and expand outward from your being to other beings. I thank you for taking the time to practice with me. My name is Becca Hanna of Yin Yang Yoga. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.